New alliances will always bring a greater scope for a more robust international corporations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another edition of your discursive, interactive, and knowledge-sharing program, Global Insight on For You Media Africa. Today, we continue to analyze the stakes of the Brics Kazan Summit 2024, particularizing on the opportunities that Africa has as far as the summit is concerned. Brics Kazan Summit culminates this day, the 24th of October 2024 in Russia, where leaders under the chairmanship of President Vladimir Putin ended with an elaborate declaration to drive the bloc in the next years. So today's edition of Global Insight dives deep into the pivotal event shaping today's world, with the vision of BRICS at the fore. In the midst of a rapidly evolving global landscape, the 16th BRICS Summit, which is culminating this day in Kazan, Russia, has emerged as a critical platform for dialogue and action among major emerging economies under the theme strengthening multilateralism for just global development and security. The summit, not only according to report, reaffirms the solidarity among BRICS nations, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It also extends, a warm invitation as countries including Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Ethiopia are already members or new members of the bloc. At a time when Africa is facing unprecedented challenges, including economic volatility, climate change, and others, we want to look at how the continent can, make good use of the scope presented by the BRICS bloc to solve some of the problems affecting the continent, and of course, what the declaration will mean for the new world order, as we see also that some 13 countries will be functioning as partners to the BRICS bloc. Those are some of the peculiarities of the BRICS Summit 2024, culminating in Russian city of Kazan this day. And of course, with a panel of experts, we're going to explore those opportunities for Africa and even the global world at large, as the world today rallies behind the BRICS bloc to see how they can survive in this world of multipolarity, in the world of a new world order. This is Global Insight, and I will join you right after the transition. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is a Global Insight. Of course, BRICS on the table. What scope for the African continent? What scope for other countries that have joined the group? And of course, how is this going to shape the world in line with, power sharing dynamics, new alliances, and of course, the new setting of the global world? What is the feasibility of BRICS nations being that catalyst, or the BRICS bloc being the catalyst for total and practical global transformation? So with a panel of experts, we're going to look into the peculiarities and the advantages that the BRICS group brings to the table, particularly as they have ended the summit with a strong declaration over 100 points, focusing on finance, ensuring equity, and of course respecting sovereignty as international relations take another dimension. And of course, let's go to Serbia at this particular moment and welcome MIODRAG ZARKOVIC, who is a journalist at HelmCast YouTube channel. Hello to you, MIODRAG, and thanks for joining us this day.
Thanks for the invitation.
Looking forward to having a fruitful conversation with you. And to South Africa, we welcome Good News CADOGAN, Pan-African coach and chief coaching officer at the CCURB. Welcome. He's joining us from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Greetings to everybody, and greetings to you, especially Clarice. And I'm looking forward to this discussion. And I believe that with a Pan-African view, we can actually enrich the debate.
Absolutely. When a platform comes like the BRICS, we try to see how member states can, take advantage of the fertile scope to ensure a transformative world in every aspect of it, economic, social, and we can name the rest. To Moscow, we welcome Indian RISHABH SETHI, international relations expert and also a civil diplomat. Hello to you, Mr. SETHI.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to everybody, to all our viewers also. First of all, thank you very much to Ms. Clarice for your invitations to discuss the very important agenda of this 16th BRICS Summit, which just ended today in the city of Kazan, the Republic of Tatarstan capital city. So I'm looking forward for our joint discussion on this important agenda. Thank you so much.
Indeed, it's a very important agenda, and it is imperative as well for countries to capitalize on the competitive advantage that the BRICS has to be able to bring about practical changes that will benefit humanity in the global world. And we kickstarted this discussion with you, MIODRAG, taking it from a holistic perspective. It's true the topic focuses on the opportunities for the African continent, but then in your own capacity, I would love to have your view of the 16th BRICS Summit, given the position, of course, of Serbia and other countries that had much interest in this very important summit that brought together, officials to the Russian city of Kazan.
Well, of course, there were many benefits. There were many good news for a global community from Kazan. The very fact that the summit was held and that Russian President Vladimir Putin could welcome so many foreign dignitaries, so many diplomats, so many other fellow presidents, is actually a good news. Because the Western propaganda was trying to paint the picture that Russia is isolated, that Putin is isolated, and we see that that's really not the truth. However, I have to say I'm sorry if I'm going to rain on parade some, but I actually think that BRICS not only could but probably should do more. Because the West is not going to let their grip on the world so easily. Sadly, we see that wherever the West was dominating, whenever the West was making the rules, wherever the West was the one in control, they left the trail of blood, despair, and agony behind them. It is true for Southeastern Europe, where we are, where Serbia is. It is true for Eastern Europe. It is true for Africa. It is true for Asia. It is true for South Africa. It is true for indigenous people of the North America, South America, of course, and it is true for the indigenous people. It is true for Australia. So when the BRICS came out for the first time, many of us saw it as a sign of hope, as a sign that finally we are going back to multipolar world. Many years passed, and sadly, the dollar is still the backup currency of the world. I'm not an expert. Maybe there is a good explanation for that, but I'm pretty sure that I share the belief of all of us involved in this panel when I say that we would be very happy if that hasn't been the case already. If dollar was replaced or overturned already. Because we all know, even someone who is not an expert like myself, we all know that that's possibly the pillar of the American economy. And we can see, anybody who follows the US elections can see how economics influence the American elections. Because of the migrant situation or whatever they have in there, practically the majority of people there is talking only about that subject. That is the main issue of these elections. And we can only imagine what would have happened, and hopefully what will happen, once the dollar is replaced as the backup currency of the entire world. I can only, as somebody, I mean, I'm coming from Serbia. 25 years ago, Serbia was bombed. 25 years ago, bombs were falling, NATO bombs were falling on my city.